Well, all right, lads, here we go. I'm very hungover for this today. Jeez, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Machine goes on. Machine goes on. All right. Lads, 2025, the lineup, the tracks. Let's get into it.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move. He's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from fifth all the way to the lead in lap one.
Walsh takes win number two.
Peter Walsh. All right, lads, here we go. So it is confirmed. The tracks for 2025. First of all, 16th of March, Australian Grand Prix. Brilliant. Yeah, of course, anybody that's listening to me overseas here. Different timelines. So look, obviously I know it's going to be a late one for us here in Europe. What's it going to be like in America, actually? Pretty much the same. Except if you're in the East, well, you're on the ball here. Australian Grand Prix, brilliant track, lads, in fairness. Brilliant track. I think it's going to be it's going to be a good one to test the balance of their cars. Australian Grand Prix, the track itself, the Albert Park, it's a very, very solid track in terms of you've got mid-speed, I wouldn't say high speed per se, as in you wouldn't be testing the car there to say, oh right, that's okay, listen, we definitely got a really well-built car here now with the fast bends. It wouldn't be that type of track, do you know? As in it could give you a false sense of security, but great track. I think it's going to be, for Aston Martin, this is going to be a big test for them in terms of where Adrian Newey is going to be with the car now. And don't be surprised if Adrian Newey actually turns it around and they win. Okay, let's go on to the next. Chinese, brilliant track, lads. Absolutely awesome track. Especially that first couple of bends. I mean, even if you call them bends, like, it's so good, man. It's so good. I think Ferrari is going to be probably good around here, especially when they get up to that long straight down the back. Ferrari, again, lads, we have to remember there's not many changes to the cars this year for 2025 versus 24. So you're still going to probably see the same type of scenario here. I think definitely advantage Ferrari coming, especially for that big long straight, and that can eat into your lap time, man. Really devour your lap time. So, advantage Ferrari there. So, let's have a look. Japanese, Suzuka. Well, my God. One of the greatest tracks of all time, Suzuka. High speed, definitely high speed. This is definitely a track where they're going to have to test their balls and to see where their track, or where their grip is, sorry. I think we're going to have... definitely advantage McLaren, I would say. Here, they've got a very, very well-balanced car, lads. And again, that dark horse in the background, or even, you see, here's the thing. We don't know what Adrian Newey is going to bring to the table yet. There's no doubt about it. He will get that car pinpoint perfect eventually. It's just a matter of, can he do it soon? It's so hard to know, lads. So hard to know. He might have literally had to throw everything off the table and restart again. You just don't know. But if Aston Martin are there, they're definitely going to succeed here. Again, if we're thinking that things are going to play out the way I think it's going to play out, Aston Martin definitely be a threat to McLaren. Bahrain, for some reason I'm saying Mercedes. Now, Mercedes isn't even a brilliant car. It's not anymore. But I don't know. They're quite good around here. Their balance is not, it's not a very well balanced car, but I think they've got the juice for around Bahrain. We'll come back to that one during the year. Of course, most of my predictions are suck ass anyway, but we'll see. Then you got Saudi Arabia. Pretty cool track, lads, isn't it? I mean, if we don't see a red flag within 4 seconds or a safety car, there's something actually wrong. I mean, this place just breeds crashes. I mean, it's unbelievable. And, God love them. Don't want to see anybody crash, obviously. But, lads, if there's one race you're going to watch this year for sheer entertainment, it's got to be this one. And don't be surprised if I'm gonna say McLaren again here. I'm gonna say McLaren. Yep. Okay, anyway, moving on. Next, 4th of May, Miami. Now, well, definitely I think advantage Ferrari here. The big long straight, they can pull it off. They can get the job done with the high straights. And you see, it's not just about the high straights, lads. That's all well and wonderful, right? Bells and whistles and blah, blah, blah. But you need the grip as well, obviously, right? But for some reason, Miami, it does actually suit Ferrari's whole, I suppose we just say balance, I guess, yeah. The whole balance. So I keep an eye on Ferrari for this one here. Now, Imola, interesting. Definitely think McLaren are going to be here. They were really good around here last year. My God, my God. So I think definitely keep an eye on Norris and Piastri for that one. Monaco, oh, well, Monaco. I mean, what do you say about Monaco? Who's my money on for Monaco? Hard to know, lads. Hard to know. If Aston Martin have a good balanced car, I would definitely say it's advantage Aston Martin and McLaren. I'm going to say McLaren. It'll be a very big question mark over Monaco. Big question mark. Okay, Spanish Grand Prix. Well, I'm definitely going to say if Aston Martin have got the bull by the horns here, definitely Fernando is going to be rock solid around here. Rock solid. And his home track, it's game on for Aston Martin. Pretty much that's it. Canada, definitely Ferrari again. You see, Ferrari are really good when it comes to a, what would you call it? When it's high speed, but again, with the straight, yeah, see Canada would come down to that as well. We come down to the straight, boom, Ferrari are going to be right there. They're going to be the quickest. And now, again, we're just saying with the balance, it's not just about having the grip. You've got to have the grip everywhere. Now, they struggle in slow speed tracks. They really do struggle. In fact, I think that car is generating way too much grip. So for them, having a track like here, it's mid-speed to high. Well, I wouldn't even say high speed. It's mid-speed, lads. So definitely Ferrari are going to be the one to beat around here. Yeah. Okay, Austria. Well, normally you would say Red Bull, right? Because it's their home track and, you know, the car is so good. But the car has fallen off, hasn't it? I mean, it really has, lads, as we all know. The car has fallen off in the last what? 6 months since Adrian Newey's gone. So I'm going to go McLaren. I can't even believe I'm saying McLaren for Red Bull's home track. Anyway, British Grand Prix. British Grand Prix. I mean, one would have to go McLaren, I'd say. Yeah, especially going through the Cops and Stowe and all that, all those corners, lads. It's gotta be McLaren. Yeah. Belgium, oh well, the greatest track of all time. Belgian track, Spa, I'd say I'll go Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, McLaren. Yeah, I think there could be a 1-2 there. Hungary next, probably a 1-2 for McLaren as well. Dutch Grand Prix, normally one would say Max Verstappen, but he wasn't too shiny around last year, lads, was he? You know, home track is great and everything, home advantage, great, but it just doesn't get you the job done in racing, you know? If this was boxing or UFC, maybe, okay, maybe, right? But not for racing. I think Red Bull are going to really struggle. I would say advantage McLaren. Italian Grand Prix, I would definitely say advantage Ferrari. The high speed, their car is pretty good when they need to lose grip in the car. So definitely keep your eye out for Ferrari in that one. Azerbaijan, Baku, great track, lads. Great track. I would say, Jesus, who would I go with this one? You'd have to go McLaren. You'd have to go McLaren. Wouldn't you, really? I think so. Yeah, I'll go McLaren. Singapore. Well, this is going to be a very interesting one to really see where the car is fixed. You see, there is a couple of anchor tracks, lads, that you do have on the calendar this year to really sort of give you a real good idea how your car is balanced, whether if it's good for high speed, medium speed, slow speed, doesn't matter. There's one or two of those tracks, and if you're on the lookout for it, that's exactly what you're looking for. Singapore is a really good test to know if your car is actually consistent. Because that humidity there, the tiredness of the drivers, that really puts the challenge now to the actual, the durability, the strength of the car. So it'd be very interesting to see there. I would say home advantage. I would say advantage Aston Martin here. Again, if we're thinking what's going to happen here. Okay, the US, United States, Circuit of America. Right, well, I would say, oh boy. One would have to go McLaren here, I think. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Mexico, well, one would imagine Red Bull were very good around here. Very good balance. I'll still say, though, advantage Ferrari around here, man. I would say that because I think just that long straight, man, and you know, I wouldn't say it's half of the track. It's pretty close. So you need a good speed down that track, around that straight. And even if you do have a, reasonable consistency through the car, you can get through the corners, you can certainly gain an advantage down the straight. So, yeah, I'll go Ferrari here for this one. Brazil, I would say Aston Martin. If any man on this planet can actually get your car to a good space here, lads, it's definitely Adrian Newey. With Brazil, off camber, on camber, it's so up and down this place. So definitely, I would say, if it's not Aston Martin, it's McLaren. That's what I would say. Vegas, definitely Ferrari. Like Ferrari, there's quite a good few tracks here, lads, that Ferrari are on the ball with here. Do you know? Like, sometimes I guess don't underestimate the speed. In many ways. And as long as they can lads, all Ferrari need to do, I think they're definitely advantage Ferrari here at Vegas because the high speed. Okay? All Ferrari need to do is gain 0.5%. Maximize, triple down, quadruple down on your strengths, the high speed, and we've picked what, 5 or 6 already. If they maximize there, and then they just pick up what they can, pick up the breadcrumbs, as you'd say, right? Even if there's 10 tracks where they suffer. Imagine this, lads. Imagine if there was 10 tracks they suffer on, and instead of finishing 4th, they finish 3rd at 10 of those tracks. 10 is a lot of positions and a lot of points, lads. A lot of fucking points. So don't rule them out. And that's all they need, that little half percent. Okay, what are we next? And then Qatar. Brilliant track, lads. Oh my God. What an awesome place. The smoothness of this track, I definitely would reckon Aston Martin and McLaren. 100%. Abu Dhabi next. That will obviously be the final one in, 7th of December. Abu Dhabi. McLaren for some reason. I don't know why. Because a lot of cars actually do quite well around here. It's not the hugest big test to the drivers or the teams. I'll go McLaren. Yeah, I'll go McLaren. So lads, anyway, I'm a little obviously worse for wear here now today, lads. Oh my God, I'm dying here. Oh, anyway. What was I going to say to you? Right, lads, that's the breakdown of the tracks. I'm going to go here, nurse my hangover, die, try and clear my head here. But anyway, we'll be back with more Formula 1. But lads, I tell you, whether I'm hungover or not, it's going to be an exciting year of Formula 1, man. Talk to you later.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move. He's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front with fifth all the way to the lead in lap 1.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter. Walsh.